Welcome to the Comedy Club. Once again, we have a great show for you tonight. Now, joy is more than just comedy. Even though Bill Bailey has not come back yet, Joey shows us how to live. She has 2 new knees. She's healthy. She has great teeth. Beautiful hair. She is still single and still sexy. Loves red wine. She drives at night. And if we take her someplace nice, she has a handicap sticker so that you won't have to walk very far. There's a catch. This energetic grandmother connects with her audiences with intelligence and real-life humor. She's a showbiz veteran. She loves real-life comedy and especially senior audiences. She is an original. She sings. She dances. She does stand-up comedy. And she always gives the crowd a good show. And she has hired headliners for 15 years and done a terrific job. So let's welcome our own funny lady of Laguna Woods, Joey Sims.
I said a good man is hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you find him fooling around with another gal, and then you pray, Lord, how you pray to see that man lying in his grave. So if your man is smart, take my advice. Hug him in the morning, kiss him every night. I'll give him plenty love and then just hold him tight, because a good man nowadays is hard to find, especially in Laguna Woods. I said a good man, he's hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you look for him and find him fooling around some other gal, and then you pray, Lord, how you pray to see that man lying in his grave. So if your man is smart, take my advice. Hug him in the morning, kiss him every night. Give him plenty love and then just hold him tight, because a good man nowadays is hard to find. I said a good man nowadays is hard to find. On and on. Yeah. I said a good man nowadays is hard to find. It's so nice to see all of you. I want to talk to somebody over here. Arnie, do you like older women?
It depends on the older woman.
I don't need a long answer, just say yes or no. Because women don't get older, they get grander. And I'm borderlining on magnificent. And I'm hip too. You guys know that I'm hip? Right now I have on a thong. And it's damn uncomfortable. I don't get it. I spent my whole life trying to keep it out of there. Now what a time we've had lately, haven't we? I mean, you need to laugh, right? Yeah. You do. I called the cops the other day. Yeah, I was at Costco and I thought I'd been robbed. I was at pump 9. I got a little more than half a tank of gas for $5.85. Gas was $65. So anyway, the lady across from me put $20 in her pump. Where the hell was she going? The corner? You know, the only ones not suffering right now are the Amish. And now people are starting to steal gas from our cars. Isn't that awful? Gas is so high. So high that in New York, the rats in New Jersey are carpooling. I love this table right here. Blondes really laugh, I love it. Of course, we've always heard they were a little tipsy, right? Anyway, my mailman called me the other day. He said he's working from home. He wanted to read me my utility bill. We used to have such bargains in here. You know, I've been here 22 years. I came here when I was 39. We used to go to Polly's, and we'd have eggless eggs, and low sodium bacon, and a chest x-ray for $4.95. My friend Doris called me the other night and said she gained 5 pounds during the pandemic. I told her to call me when she was on fire and had the virus. She's not in a bad way. She's not in the bad way as me. I'm getting little voices in my head that want to form a chat room. You know, I really don't need a man. I have 3 animals that take the place of men. I have a dog that growls in the morning, and I have a parrot that talks all day, and I have a cat that stays out all night. Anyway, I was at 19 the other night, first time. And I heard this guy say, the only woman I've ever loved told me I was fat, ugly, and stupid. Now the joke's on her, because I can always lose weight, get plastic surgery, and read a book, but she'll always be my mom. The world is getting so silly. I'll tell you how silly it is. That's good. I love that. You guys, after 15 years, you're trained. That's good. Anyway, this woman was a real freak. She invited me to her cat's birthday. And I called her back and said, I cannot possibly come because I'm having my dog's wedding that weekend. You know, I'm at the age where my mind is 49, my humor suggests I'm 12, and my body sometimes says, are you sure you're not dead yet? Remember, once you get over the hill, you pick up speed. And don't hurt yourself, because old replacement parts are hard to find. I may not be thin and sexy anymore, but damn, I forgot where I was going with this. You know, maybe if we start telling people that brains are an app, they might start using it. I'm so tired of having to prove on that computer that I'm not a robot. Anyway, here's some things that have hurt my back. I do have a bad back. I used to jump off a garage. I crashed my bike. I fell out of a tree. I dove in a shallow end of the pool. And I did Zumba at an old age. You all know that, because I had a broken back from Zumba. I had on golf shoes trying to match my leotard. Remember that part? Anyway, those paramedics were so cute. And when they came, I was laying there in severe pain, and all I could think about was, God, I hope I have on lipstick. Anyway, here are some things that have hurt me. Those are the things that have hurt me, what I just told you. But now sneezing, Mopping, vacuuming, brushing my teeth, washing dishes, and tying my shoes hurt me. Some old guy said to me, look at my new girlfriend, do you think she's too young? I said, well, I hate to tell you this, but when you were 35, she was just learning to walk. My ex-husband was 14 years older than me, and the last time I saw a gleam in his eyes when the electric blanket shorted. And Joe and Jim were playing golf right here in God's waiting room. And Jim's new $15 ball went into the brush. So they both went to find it, they saw it, and sitting right next to it was a big green frog. And the frog looked up and said to Joe, pick me up and kiss me, and I will see that you have the best sex life in the world for the rest of your life. So Joe picked up the frog and threw it in his bag. And Jim says, why would you do that? He said, you know, at my age, I'd rather have a talking frog. Now, if that joke doesn't light your fire, it means your wood is too wet. And that's it, folks. Well, I love Tom Calabrese. He's a paisan, and we get along so well. He's been a stand-up comedian since 1995. He owns a giant comedy school in San Diego. He's trying to get me to do the same thing. I think I might do it. Wouldn't that be fun? Because I know most old people think they're funny, whether they are or not. So you're right. I can't read his writing. Let me see. He was a two-time finalist in the World Series of Comedy in Las Vegas, and his comedy special, Fuji Tabata. Forget about it. I no longer speak Italian. Anyway, it's available on Dry Bar. Well, that'll be fun to watch because he is a terrific man. I want you all to give a great Laguna Woods welcome to Tony Calabrese.
Joey, thank you so much. How you guys doing? How you doing? Joey got a little plug in there for her upcoming comedy school she's going to start. That was nice, Joey. I know some of you were disappointed because you thought I was the other Tony Calabrese that was up here. I found out when I got here there's a guy named Tony Calabrese, same name as me. Tony Calabrese, a singer. Did you know that? Yeah, right. He's a lot skinnier than I am. I looked him up. You know? I'm not sure how Italian that is. He's a very skinny man, right? But he's got a good voice. I heard him. So for those of you that are disappointed, because I'm not the singer, right? I'm gonna see if we can't do something to make you feel included in this comedy night, all right? So I need your help, though. Okay, I'm gonna sing a song for you, but I don't have any music, so you guys are gonna have to be my music. Is that cool? It doesn't matter, you're gonna have to do it anyway. I'm gonna make you do it, right? Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. When I cue you with my hand, right? From here on this side of the room, I want you to say, ba-da, ba-da, okay? Right. Got it? Try it one more time. Okay, now this side of the room, it's a little tougher, okay? It's 4 ba-da, ba-das, a ba, and a da-da. Right? Can you do it? Ba-da, 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 da-da. Can you do it? Not bad. All right, now we're going to put it all together. You ready? How lucky can one guy be? I kissed her and she kissed me. Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head? The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in the boat? My head keeps spinning, I go to sleep and keep grinning. this is just the beginning. My life is gonna be beautiful, like sunshine enough to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't love a kick in the head? There you go. There's the start. I wanted to get you guys involved. I can't even begin to tell you how good it is to be back here and be back out performing. It has been a brutal couple of years for us as performers, and I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for coming out and supporting comedy. I really appreciate it. I know Joey does. Thank you all so much. You do a great job. And I gotta tell you, the lockdown was particularly tough on me. I went into the lockdown, I was 20 years old and weighed 180 pounds. Did I say lockdown? I meant marriage. It was marriage that I went into. And some of you know I've been married 43 years in a row, okay? But the thing is, it wasn't every day for 24 hours a day, right? My wife and I were in lockdown together for 2 years. Every day. 24 hours a day. You don't realize till death do you part means it's going to come down to that last Oreo cookie. Let me tell you. And my wife had to work from home. She works for a defense contractor. I don't know what she does. If she told me she'd have to kill me, right? But she gets a little tense with this stuff. And I knew about a month into lockdown, it was going to be a problem, right? She comes into the kitchen. She goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm making toast." "You're doing it wrong." How do you screw up toast? You know what I mean? Then she comes downstairs. She's got a mask on. "Does this mask make me look fat?" That's a question you never think you're going to hear, you know? Let alone have to answer, you know what I mean? Oh my God, it was tough. And I just didn't, I just wasn't a good, you know, men are the hunter-gatherers, men are the hunters, and women are the gatherers. I sucked at hunting. You know? I went out and I hunted all the grocery stores for toilet paper and all that kind of stuff. I came home with pretzels and 2 jars of Vaseline. That's all I could find. So my wife's, "What the hell are you doing? That's all I can find. I don't know what else to tell you." It got tough. It got really, really rough, you know? And my wife, she's an amazing woman. I mean, I'm very lucky. I've been married as long as I have, and she is a real doll, and she puts up with a lot of crap from me because, you know, you live with a comedian every day for, you know, 20 hours a day, every day. It's tough. The hardest part is that we binged watch a lot of TV, right? You probably did the same thing. Right? We watched everything. There's nothing left to watch. No, I'm serious. Well, there's more stuff on TV. There's just nothing on TV that we could watch. There's stuff that she wants to watch, and there's stuff that I want to watch. But the stuff that we want to watch is all used up. I think the ideal TV show would be a Christmas movie. It would be a combination of Game of Thrones and the Gilmore Girls, narrated by Samuel L. Jackson, with a soundtrack by Ed Sheeran on the Hallmark Channel. 43 years, we've been married a long time, you know, and I married my high school sweetheart, so friends say, "Tone, how'd you know she was the one?" Well, I wasn't looking for the one, I was looking for anyone. I was 17, give me a break. I'm a 17-year-old Italian man, I just wanted one, I didn't care which one, you know. And when we were dating, my wife says, "We're not having sex until we get married." "Oh, let's get married, you know. Seems perfectly reasonable to me, you know. I'm smart. Not like people say, I'm smart, you know. My wife is Portuguese. Any Portuguese people here? Good, let's talk about them. The Portuguese are basically Italian light. okay? Can we have some Italian, some wops here? Joe, I know you're here. We got a few wops, right? Yeah. Yeah. They're way less hairy, but a lot more temper, okay? My wife is a very temperamental woman. Okay? She gets pissed off at a lot of things. Of course, I'm the one that gets her all stirred up, you know? And it was so tough dating back then. I feel sorry for the kids that are dating today and the young people today because they do everything by app, right? We didn't have apps when we were dating, right? We didn't have email, right? We couldn't text anybody, right? When I wanted to lie to her, I had to lie to her face. When she wanted to see my profile, and, you know, I'm old school Italian. My wife is old school Portuguese fishing family, right? And when I wanted to ask for her hand in marriage, I had to do the old school traditional thing. I had to go to her house, and in front of the entire family, I'd ask her father for permission to marry his daughter. Old school, right? Then I had to go to my house and ask my mother for permission to marry that whore. Old school Italian family, what am I gonna say? My wife and I got married on June 10th, 1978. So we celebrated our rites of marriage. They call it the rites of marriage because right after the ceremony, I had the right to remain silent. Because you women never forget anything. You don't, do you, ladies? You don't forget. And the other day we're in Walmart, right? You know, because I got that kind of cash. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, my wife hauls up and smacks me in the back of the head. What the hell was that for? You were looking at that girl. What girl? The one at the zoo. We haven't been to the zoo in 12 years. And my wife basically lives to make me feel like an idiot. And I try and help her out as often as I can. So, honey, I can't find my keys. Oh. Did you look for them? No. I didn't thought of that, babe. Looking for my keys. You get the best ideas. And she goes right to my keys. Why? Because you women hide stuff from us. You don't call it hiding. You put stuff away. There's not a man in the room that knows where the magic land of away is. It's someplace between Bed, Bath & Beyond and IKEA. That much I know. I put my keys on the bar. Now they've gone away. And I tell you, if you've lived with a woman for more than 3 minutes, guys, you know, this is absolutely true. Your stuff will start to disappear, right, guys? And weird crap of theirs just starts showing up. The other day, I found a little ping pong paddle in my shower. My shower's not that big. What kind of game is she playing in here? Do you still gotta win by 2? Maybe it's part of some new diet. Have a cheeseburger, take a shower, smack your ass with a paddle diet. I don't know. I come out, honey, what the hell is this? You moron, it's a foot file. A foot. That's how they get their feet in them pointy shoes. They're filing their feet. How are we supposed to understand this stuff as men? You know, Rosetta Stone can translate 1 million languages. It can't teach us what the hell women are thinking. It can't teach us what all that crap is that's all over our bathroom. I don't know, and I'm not touching it. And I don't mean to pick on women. I love women. Not a misogynist, not the Bill Cosby kind of way. I love women. And I apologize if I've offended any woman. That's something we have to do as comedians now, is constantly apologize for everything. But here's the thing, I do believe it's about damn time we had a woman running this country. I believe it. Think about it, there'd be no more wars. We just wouldn't talk to other countries for a while. And she balanced the budget. Yes, because we buy all of our weapons on sale. I have a coupon. A woman can find a terrorist in about 30 minutes. Well, General, did you look for him? My wife says that we're at that point in our marriage where I'm just not romantic anymore. I'm cheap and not romantic. So here we are in the lockdown, right? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna do something special, right? So for our 43rd wedding anniversary, I got 100 scented candles, right? Put them all over our bedroom. Yeah. I lit them all up, right? Then I got my best Italian leopard thong underwear on. This guy knows what I'm talking about. Right? I can tell by the look on your face. You're a horn dog, I can tell. And then I laid out on the bed there, and I gotta tell you, I got a little teary-eyed, I did, thinking about what was gonna happen. Then my wife walked into the bedroom, saw all the candles, and saw me lying there on the bed. She got a little teary-eyed. Then she started to wheeze and cough. Apparently, her favorite scent isn't citronella. And that is the last time she lets me shop at the dollar store. But on the flip side, there's no mosquitoes in our entire neighborhood. Now, some of you have heard the next story, and some of you haven't because you're new to this, right? But the last time we ever went on vacation anywhere, we went to Maui, right? Now, I'm hoping that some of you are at that age where you don't remember this story. That's horrible, but I hope it's true. But it's my favorite story, because it's very true. So, we went for our anniversary one year to Maui, okay? Who's been to Maui? A lot of people here. All right, so you know the travel brochures? The ones with those cute Ken and Barbies with the coconut booby things on them? They lie. Everybody there looked like me. Who knew that paradise was full of fat wops from New Jersey, right? And I don't know about the rest of you. When I go on vacation, I want to relax. I don't want to do anything. I want to kick back with a Mai Tai by the pool, just relax. My wife wants to do stuff. Let's go on a helicopter ride and tour the volcano. Anybody done this? And what's the first thing they do? They show you a safety video, right? So you can learn how to unlock the helicopter door. Which is good to know when you're over a volcano, right? Then they ask you this list of questions. The last question is, how much do you weigh? My wife lies by 30 pounds. There's 4 other women and me on that flight. Every one of them's lying about their weight. There's one woman, she's got to weigh 180, 190. She's like, I weigh 120. I'm like, I don't think so. I'm doing the math, right? By the time the guy gets to me, I weigh 500 pounds. Because I'm not getting sacrificed to Pele the volcano god. Because these women don't want Captain Bob to think they're fat. That was day 1. You know what we did on day 2? The bike ride. Oh, have you heard about this? Apparently, the sunrise from Haleakalaka is different than the sunrise from our penthouse window, right? So they drag your ass out of bed at 4:30 in the morning, they bus you up to the top of this volcano, drop you off with 1,000 other people and bicycles. Yeah, yeah. You get to see the sun come up. Woohoo! And then you got a bike back down from the volcano. 37 miles. My wife's like, oh, don't worry, honey, it's downhill. It's 37 miles. Let me tell you something, people. A 280-pound man doesn't go down from the volcano at the same speed as a 120-pound woman. I got there 4 hours before she did. Little children were running up to me throwing coconut shells on me and flowers going, Pele, Pele, Pele. That was day 2. You know, we go to day 3. Look at me. Really look at me. Is there anything about me that says snorkeler? If you've never been to the Hawaiian Islands, let me give you a little bit of advice. Never ask for directions. Oh! Off you go down the Hale Kale Male Fale Funicula Street. Then turn right on Malahini Fukuhumi. Hey, sport, this is America. Man your streets after something Spanish. America. I'm gonna be 65 years old in a couple months. Not a big deal in this room, but it's a big deal to me. Just saying. Every day I get something new from somebody who wants to sell me Medicare, you know? It's like, I don't care, I really don't. I know they're gonna take something from me, and that's pretty much America. So. My grandkids say I need to be more woke. I don't need to be more woke. I need to take a nap. Right? I found for every nap I take, the more woke I get. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with the pot crap now, right? The CBD and the drugs and all that. I don't do drugs. I never did drugs. You know, Banazepam, metoprolol, prednisone, cortisone, Advil, Lipitor, and vitamin D. You know, that's the one I'm afraid of, is the vitamin D. God only knows what's in that stuff. You know? But here's the thing, and Joey knows this. I have a really bad back, and I've had 2 minor back surgeries, 6 cortisone shots. I'm on prednisone. I got a bad back. And my son, my oldest, who used to be a mortgage broker and made a lot of money, now works for a pot company called Seedless Corporation. Okay? And he says to me, Dad, I know what I can give you for your back. It'll help you sleep at night, help alleviate that pain. Let me come over and give you some stuff. So he comes over to the house, and he gives me a bag of gummies, right? And a chocolate bar, and some drops. Right? And he says, around 9 o'clock, have a gummy. Right? And if at 10 o'clock you don't seem to feel a little better, take another gummy. Right? And if by 11 o'clock you don't feel well, have the chocolate bar. That's what I heard. And I'm going to ask all of you, look at me. Really look at me. Is there anything about me that says I'm just gonna have a piece of a chocolate bar? So I took a gummy. 9 o'clock, right on the dot, took that gummy. Felt nothing, I still was in horrible pain. 10 o'clock rolls around, took another gummy. I don't know what's in it. It's supposed to alleviate pain. 11 o'clock, still feeling horrible. I broke open that chocolate bar. Had a bite of that chocolate bar. It was a really good chocolate bar. It was like Hershey good chocolate bar. I finished that chocolate bar. Yeah. Around 1 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, floating above my bed. There was a zillion different colors going off in my room. My wife looked about that big, way far away from me. In the corner, Ruth Gator Binsworth was naked playing Love Lies Bleeding in Your Hand on an organ. Abraham Lincoln was playing poker with Jesus in the other corner. I was a little freaked out, that's what I'm saying. And I woke my wife up and said, "I'm dying." She says, "What's wrong?" "I'm dying, I'm freaking out, you're so small and everything's weird." She called the paramedics. During COVID, she called the paramedics. My neighbors were being woken up by an ambulance thinking, "Oh, he's had a COVID, he's dying, he's had a heart," whatever. No, I was just freaking out from the crazy marijuana crap they put, that THC, they ruined it. They ruined our pot, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm saying. There was 1,000 milligrams of THC in that candy bar. I ate it all. Now, I'm not saying I smoked pot when I was young. I never inhaled. But our pot didn't do what this pot does. Our pot made us relax. We were very cool, calm, collected. This pot turned you into a nut job, right? I was going psycho. The paramedics showed up, and they were little tiny people. A little tiny girl and a little tiny man. And they wanted to put me on a little tiny stretcher. I have a spiral staircase in my house. My bedroom's on the top floor. You can't get a stretcher down. You have to stand it this way. They strapped me into that stretcher and stood me up this way to walk me down the stairs. And I remember it vividly. Because a little tiny man and a little tiny woman cannot lift this body on a stretcher this way. So I went this way. Timber. They picked me up and carried me this way with the help of my next door neighbor, who I have not spoken to in almost a year because of this. And they get me in the back of the ambulance, right? And I swear, we drove all the way to Mercy Hospital with the back of that ambulance. The doors were wide open. I saw every single car behind us on the freeway. I looked right inside those cars. I could hear what they were listening to on the radio. They have ruined the marijuana, is what I'm saying. Now you get to the hospital, this is COVID time, right? Everything's COVID protocol. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm just freaking out because I've had too much THC. What do they do with you? They stick you in with all the drug addicts and the crazies, right? Because there's nothing wrong with you. You're just high, right? I haven't been high in 50 years. Right? I don't know what it's like. Not like that. I don't remember being like that. And they left me there till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And my wife would not come pick me up. She made my son, who gave me this crap, come pick me up. And I swear to God, he says to me, "Dad, I told you, just have a piece of the candy bar. Why would you eat the entire candy bar?" He says, "Now look at me. Is there anything about me that says I'm not gonna eat the whole candy bar? But Dad, I specifically told you a piece of the candy bar. Now Dad, here's another candy bar. I tell you that story, I've never told that story in front of an audience like this before. I tell you that story because, first of all, I just want to say, and some people might think it's controversial, but I am vaxxed and I am boosted, okay? Now, some people, whatever your politics, I just want to let you know, FYI, I am vaxxed and boosted. Now, some of my friends said, Tone, aren't you afraid of the side effects? The long-term side effects? Aren't you afraid of them? No. I lived through Vietnam and disco. You have no idea the crap that went into this body. I am not worried about long-term side effects. I'm just getting older. It happens, you know. I'm at that age now where I realize I gotta give up a few things, you know? Like hopes and dreams. I get up every morning, I look in the mirror and go, screw it. You know? I've peaked, you know? I probably should have had a piece of fruit back in '83, you know? You know you're getting older when you need to learn the difference between probate and prostate. You know? When a threesome is Advil, Lipitor, and NyQuil. You know? Car prices are nuts right now, aren't they? Yeah, it's crazy. I want to get a Corvette. Yeah. My sons are like, Dad, you can't get a Corvette. You need to get a safe car. You should get a Volvo. I'm not getting a Volvo. I'm not buying a car that sounds like another part of a woman's body I'm not going to be able to find. Honey, where's the Volvo? Flash your brakes or something. I need to find the Volvo. I got grandkids. I now have 6 grandkids. Yeah. I had 3. Now I got 3 by marriage because my youngest son got remarried and she has 3 kids. Obviously, he didn't learn anything the first time. No, she's a wonderful girl. The kids are great. They're little. They're 4, 7, and 9. They're very little. And I love them. I don't remember their names. I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. When they're over at my house, all they're doing is they're in some kind of a pad or on something playing. They don't even talk to us. They're always in their little pads playing and crap. I don't. So I make up names for them. Why not? I said, Nathan, what do you want to watch? My name's not Nathan. Well, you look like a Nathan. From now on, you're Nathan. A week later, he comes back and said, hey, Josh, how's it going? You told me my name was Nathan. Don't worry about it, Luke. Wait a minute, that's my real name. I know, I was just testing you. The little one's he's a piece of work. You know, he's 4 years old. I don't know if he knows what he's doing on that pad, but he watches TV all the time. He never shuts up. Hi, I love popcorn. I love popcorn and ice cream. I like Christmas. When is Christmas coming again? My Spider-Man has no nuts. Well, according to Grandma, neither does your Papa, you know? I'm not supposed to sock Jeffrey in the nuts. Yeah, you should never sock anybody in the nuts unless it's in, you know, self-defense or something. Jeffrey took my Spider-Man. That's a good enough reason, I guess, you know? Grandma has no nuts. She's got the 2 she took from me. Where are they? They're in her purse. Everything's in Grandma's purse. Grandma has a vagina. Really? She told me she lost that thing 10 years ago. It's probably in her purse. How come you don't have a vagina? Well, it's not for lack of trying, you know? Where do vaginas come from? Nordstrom. My oldest grandkids, I don't want to call them my real kids, because they're all my grandkids, but the blood grandkids. The oldest one turned 19 years old. He's a moron. I remember what it was like to be 19, a 19-year-old male. I was a moron. Okay? That's just the way it is. He's a moron. And we love him. We worry about him, but we love him. He's the shift manager at Chick-fil-A. So he's making, I'm not kidding, $22 an hour. And he can't afford gas. Hell, driving up here, I had to refinance my house to get a full tank. But he wants to join the FBI, he wants to get in the military and all this stuff. So he joined the ROTC and showed up at our door, full uniform in the ROTC before he left high school. And he just turned 19 and he's in his uniform. He's like, look at that, Papa. What, you joined the military? Yeah, joined up ROTC. Why did you join the ROTC? To meet women. Then he goes in the bathroom. This is what I hear from the bathroom. Oh my God! I've had my underwear on backwards all day. That explains everything. My granddaughter, the only girl in our family, born into our family in over 50 years. Everybody has boys, okay? I'm not saying she's spoiled, but she's spoiled, okay? She has a collection of American Girl dolls, way more expensive than Canadian Girl dolls, FYI. They're $120 a piece. You can get Canadian Girl dolls for, I think, $87.50, but I could sneak across the border, get a real doll for a hell of a lot less. The other day she told me, I hate men. You're 10 years old. I'm practicing. I worry about kids today. We're raising a nation of pussies. We are, I can prove it. Do you know what the #1 video game is in this country? It's Grand Theft Auto. For over 20 years, Grand Theft Auto, the #1 video game. Yeah. Our teenagers are too lazy to go out and steal an actual car. What's happening to America? You can't punish kids today. Oh, no, Timmy has ADD. Maybe Timmy's just a B-R-A-T. Maybe what we need to do is spank Timmy's ASS. Because let me tell you something, folks. I went to Catholic school. Yeah, oh yeah. I was raised by Irish nuns. I had ADD. Once. It's the stupid technology that is ruining our children. They don't talk to each other anymore. They text everything. LOL, you're my BFF. They don't even know who they're talking to. How do you know your BFF is just some big fat forget about it? You know what I mean? I don't text. Look at the size of those things. Look at that. I can't text. I try to text my wife. FYI, call your mom. It came out, F you and your mom. I can't text. But that's okay. Now they got something called talk to text, been around a while, right? In case you don't know, on my phone, right here, there's a little keyboard thing next to here, and there's a little microphone next to the keyboard, right? And if I want to send a text message, I can press that little microphone and just talk into my phone. To send a text message, I'm talking into my phone to send a text message. And what I said to my wife was, why don't we go to Denny's for dinner? It's not that far. What came out was, let's take the dingo to Knott's Berry Farm. Who the hell owns a dingo? This stuff has gotten so stupid. We've gone back to talking in hieroglyphics now, right? Yeah, tell me if this happened. The other day I'm in the grocery store, right? I go to check out, the checkout broad says to me, would you like to make a donation today? To the, I don't know, homeless hookers fund or something, I don't know. Now I wasn't rude. I was not rude to her. I said, no thank you. Wasn't rude. She looks right at me and says, oh, unhappy face. Now wait a minute. She didn't make an unhappy face with her actual face. She said unhappy face. She talked in an emoji. Is that what the world's coming to? We're talking in this crap now? Could you imagine yourself back at work? Boss, I launched the Johnson account today. Unhappy face. Well, you're fired. Surprised look. I don't think so, winky face. I have pictures of you and the new intern, kiss my ass face, right? A lot of crazy stuff going on. The news, oh my God, the Pope was in the news today. Talking about Ukraine. You like this Pope? Yeah. I'm worried about this Pope. I'm Italian, we're very close to the Pope. And I'm not sure about this guy. They lied to us about this guy, right? Remember when the smoke first went up? Everybody was excited. We got an Italian Pope again. That's a lie. He's not Italian, did you know that? He's from Argentina. That's not Italian. I want a real Italian Pope. I want a Pope that's going to come out onto that balcony in front of 1 million people and go, how you doing? Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. Forget about it, you know? I want a Pope from New Jersey, that's what I'm saying. You know, I spent over 30 years as a banker. And I look at this stuff and it just blows my mind. I've been through 7 mergers, you know. After a while they get rid of you because you're just, you're just old and they don't want to pay you anymore. Right? They come to you and they say, Tony, you know, we bought the bank, but we've got an exciting opportunity for you. And a 60% pay cut. Sometimes you just gotta slash their tires and move on, you know? I wanted to tell that story because I wanted to tell you about what it's like when you've lost everything in your work and you go out there in the real world and you're over 50 and trying to find a job. They ask you the stupidest questions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Living with my kids if I don't get this job. What are your 3 greatest weaknesses? Blondes, Patron Platinum, and a good veal Parmesan. Describe yourself in 3 words. Unemployed. My doctor is like, Tom, you spent 2 years in lockdown. Why didn't you exercise? I said, I can't exercise, Doc. I'm in the fitness protection program. I hate those people that work out every day and they have so much energy and they're so enthusiastic. I got up this morning and I swam a 2K, ran a 5K, then I lifted 1,000 pounds. I feel fantastic. Really? I had 6 slices of pizza, then I took a nap. You don't hear me bragging about it, you know? You guys remember the exercise equipment ads they used to have on late night TV? They used to have these ads for the craziest things. I bought something called a body blade. Anybody remember this? It's a stick. $99 for a stick. You're supposed to hold it out in front of you and do this. I've been doing that since I was 14. I never lost any weight. It's tough coming out of quarantine and COVID and lockdown, right? And gaining all this weight. And everybody's on your case. They're always picking on the fat people in California, right? We are an oppressed people. Fat people in California are an oppressed people. Yeah, damn straight. We are oppressed. Fat's the new black. And you may have seen me and some of my fat friends at an all-you-can-eat buffet singing the old fat spirituals like Amazing Gravy. For dinner time and the bacon is sizzling, fish is frying, mashed potatoes pile high. Oh, that cheesecake's rich and that pizza good looking. Don't worry, baby, there's plenty for us to try. I think my favorite fat spiritual is sweet and low, it tastes like crap. Krispy Kreme, carry me home. Sweet and low causes cancer in rats. Krispy Kreme, carry me home. I looked inside a gym, and what did I see? Krispy Kreme, carry me home. A bunch of people that didn't look like me. Krispy Kreme, carry me home. Sweet and low, it tastes like crap. Krispy Kreme, carry me home. Sweet and low causes cancer in rats. Krispy Kreme, carry me home. Thank you. Thank you, all of you here at Laguna Woods. And thank you to this wonderful lady right here who has kept this comedy club going. Who worked so hard to bring you a good show. And my hat is off to you, even though I don't wear hats. Joey, you've done a remarkable job, and I just want to bow down to you and say thank you for having me back. It means the world to me. And I think everybody here loves you, kiddo. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
But he's coming home with me. Oh, I don't care if he weighs 500 if he can sing like that. Wow. We've had him 15 years and we've never heard him sing. Isn't he wonderful? Be sure and watch Tony. Tony's going to let us have him on the Sunday show. So be sure and watch because he's fantastic. I'm in love with him. Thank you.